learn.
And you can actually compare how that is to a lot of big
Politics
business.
means a lot more. The showbiz game
The same is
it's on, boy. It's fresh, it's new, it's hot, boy. Hot topics, stimulate.
So if the breakup is mutual, obviously you should not have a broken heart. It's like you can't use that experience on your level in relation to academia. They have made it such that it's a true and core system.
after the class, I'm going to give you that.
Friend zone. Ellen Spice with a friend zone. We go hard in the friend zone. Talk a lot.
Hi guys, you're welcome to our second episode of the Time with Friends, which we call FrieNdZoNe.
FrieNdZoNe.
Oh yeah, FrieNdZoNe. So I hope you enjoyed our pilot edition, and I hope you took something away, you learned, you ease stress, you entertain yourself, and by now I'm sure you have a favorite on the show. So hi to my friends.
Hi guys.
Ah, guys.
Okay, so from your comments, we know that the show has been sort of an exciting show for you, and I'm sure you are expectant for more other episodes. And also, if you have not watched the pilot edition, I would strongly recommend you do so. And if you watched our pilot edition, you would realize that we gave a particular topic for discussion today. If you didn't, our dear Rosa here will do us the honor of letting us know the topic for today's discussion.
Okay, so today's topic. Do the older generation really care and consider the younger generation when taking actions?
Okay, so this is going to be our topic for discussion. And our last episode, that's our pilot edition, we really had some consistent phrases like care not, and care. So what about today? So what are we living with? What is going to be that constant phrase that is going to go past throughout our conversation?
Consider not and consider.
Well, let's see. So we start, we go.
Okay.
Yeah, so who started?
You.
Me.
Yes.
Yeah, first I'm not starting. Maybe Priska will start.
So I think we should let our viewers know what really we are considering, because the topic is very broad.
Yeah.
So Rosa, can you help us?
In terms of, so this topic we can take
Yeah,
it in terms of, actually we can take it in terms of education, like taking decisions pertaining to your education. Do they really care about you or not? And I think another angle we can look at it is from religion. Like, if they force you into certain religious practices and acts, like not considering you, or they actually consider you in that area, what other area do you think is them?
I think destiny related.
Career.
What you actually want to do.
Yes. Yeah, so basically,
I also think marriage.
Especially with the ladies.
Very true.
Because you don't hear things about
Guys.
the older generation pressuring guys to go or to go into relationships or no. It's with the ladies. You understand? So people like you.
I'm sure our ladies out there are really vouching for this.
So let older generation care.
They can.
I think the change in position helps. But I'm not taking a stance. I'm not taking his.
Why do they care?
Oh, you see, I didn't end my statement. You started. I'll say they care. They don't care.
Oh.
Do you understand?
Not care, no.
They care. In a way, they care. In a way, they don't care. Because they expressing their care to you is not care, but to them it's care.
I think it makes sense in a sense that sometimes they are doing things that to them is in your best interest, but they don't really understand the fact that times have changed. Like we are moving in different so they are using their life how they saw their life at that time, and they are using the decisions they took or the decisions they did not take, and they are trying to shape your life in conformity with that. So I think honestly they think they are doing what's best for us. Like they really want what's best for us.
Because
No parents
no parents will
wish
back for this or a child. No, you understand?
Exactly.
Some parents,
No parents will wish.
No parents will wish.
will wish.
Sometimes they think they are being that they want us to be disciplined, they are being that firm on us, but they are making us make wrong decisions. I'm sure you've heard this before, where back in the days, like parents actually choose spouses for their because at that time they felt you are not mature to choose the right person, so they'll choose someone for you. But now looking at things have changed. Everyone is, I'm going to live with a guy.
Yeah.
The guy is not going to live with a lady. So the person knows who I can stay with. And I think now, back then, they didn't look at compatibility, love, those things. They look at who can take care of you.
Yeah. But
it's who can take
someone
care of you.
who said that, okay, I have a friend, he says he wished we could go back to that system, and it says that it seems like it worked. Because he feels like, to him, those marriages even lasted longer than, like, some of the
I think it's lasting because they don't have a choice. And it's like they have been in it for long. So
and then it's like they had like a particular way of doing things.
Okay, true.
It was constant that for a lady, a woman, your place is in the kitchen. Your place is raising the kids and no. If right now it should be done, and your mom comes to choose a husband for you, or like let's say the guy's family comes to choose you as a wife for the guy, and you want to be a career woman. But maybe before then, he's expecting you to be in the kitchen and no. At the end of the day, she has chosen for his son, but then it wouldn't.
Then let's talk about education. Okay. Why is it that some? So we are hitting on parents, but like why do some parents want to choose a career path for their children without considering what the child actually likes? And I think some parents have not yet registered that there are other traits apart from white collar jobs. Like, I mean, if their child likes to draw, they feel like the child is wasting their time.
Dance.
Like, what's wrong with you? You want to dance? You want to
draw?
Go and learn.
I think that is because they have this generational mindset. Yeah, continuity is good. But in regards to our relations to career, there's nothing like continuity. That daddy, mommy, sister, auntie, uncle did nursing or doctorate something. Does not mean that it should continue. They feel like it has to be sustained. Probably because there's a hospital built by the family. It makes sense. Yeah, the hospital, but then there are also other people who have practiced it. So how about me being the CEO managing this, but I actually didn't do doctorate? Or I actually go over a doctorate degree. I don't know how you get it. So let's say I want to be an entrepreneur, and mommy poppy are saying there's a company there that it's an accounting firm. So I necessarily have to go and do accounting so that I can handle that business. I can also take the part of being an entrepreneur in the sense that maybe I want to learn a particular skill. Maybe I love to market. Honestly, I love to market. I could also learn that that marketing as also a skill. The accounting as a skill, such that I'll have knowledge in the accounting. So I may not necessarily be the one effecting whatever is on the ground, but we have systems who work, we have board of directors, we have committee and all that. So I would be in charge. That's why knowledge is passed. I think instead of parents forcing us to go in for what they want because there is a company at stake or something, they should rather make sure that we invest in ourselves, such that we're resourceful in every field. I mean, that's what I think.
Yeah, it's very true.
So the point is, do they care and consider us?
Oh yes, they do. They do care.
What they term as care is not care.
They do care.
I think they say they care because of experiences they've had. Okay. Because for you, if you've actually done something and you've seen the results of doing that particular thing, you wouldn't advise somebody else to do that thing if it didn't go down well. And it's like they are on you to make sure you don't do that because for them it didn't go down well. So they are talking from experience. But what our dear parents should know is that times have changed. Maybe when you were trying to do that, you couldn't work. New technologies have come to change it. That now it's making differences.
Most of the older generation are not.
Sorry.
So, you see, I'm genuine.
Okay, we are fake.
We are fake. So that I'm saying that they care doesn't mean that right now let me go to the care. Let me not say that they care not. I'm genuine, so I speak from a genuine point of view.
So speak.
Yeah, so parents care.
Okay.
You see, a mother gives birth to a child.
Okay.
And from day one, the parent, the dad and the mom takes care of the child. Even in Ghana here, when you see someone doing masters, the parents are taking care of the person. So that means that the parents pay the person's school fees from that age. You understand? The child started going started going to school, crèche, nursery, primary, JHS, SHS, university. The books that the parents will buy, the school fees, the food, where the child will sleep. So a lot of things. You understand? It's a lifetime expenditure.
Okay.
You see, so parents do care. You will not tell me that that's not care.
Oh,
That's care. That's a huge form of care. You understand?
The
But
person
then
just
once
has money and it's for
no parents will do that.
No, if the like you're
They should yes, because they
it's
plan.
just their responsibility, so they feel like
It's-
they can do it. It's not really like
No,
they
do
care.
you know? They care because it takes away something from the other. Pay school fees, they are enough. What you here? So, people go to
That's what I'm saying. Like
enough.
maybe the person has
You
like,
understand?
a lot of money, so like taking out the school fees is not really like.
Oh no! You will not say that the person has a lot of money. So yeah, the person has a lot of money, but then you see, even though the person has a lot of money, it's sometimes it's even paid.
Okay.
You understand? To take out money to pay school, to take out the person. So parents have a lot of things. You understand?
Parents, okay. So I'll say parents have done their part. Like parents
Yes,
are doing
yes.
great
I wanted to
out
say
there
something about you
and
first.
all that. They're doing great and all that. But I think they care. Yes, and also considering the older generation, it's not only parents.
So that's
who
what I was
form
going to say.
the older
I was going to
generation.
say that's like I'm focusing
There
on.
are teachers there. There are people at the workplaces.
Even
there.
with politics.
Exactly. Anyone that is not in this like didn't come as a result like from this generation is an older generation. But I wanted to stand on something. It's like the parents, they are being like it's not in a wrong sense, but like they are being emotional concerning us. Such that they don't want you to make certain mistakes. They don't want us.
So that isn't that care?
Let's
That
But
is-
are we going back to parents?
we are not going back to parents, but I'm using this as an example to zoom into something where they are being emotional, but they don't want us to make certain mistakes. And so if I think that if the younger generation we are being matured in our thinking, they will not be imposing certain things on us. Example, if you go to a workplace, let's say you are doing maybe national service or you are just employed in a particular firm, and you go and you are matured in your thinking, you are submissive to learning at the corporate field, I don't think your boss will always have a problem with you. Yeah, mistakes are bound to happen. But I don't think if you are matured in your thinking, they would impose the old system on you, like do this particular way, do this particular way. Like they'll give you that room to express yourself, that room to work, that room to be free. Even when you take this education system, where concerning how things were done in the older generation, I think things done there were better. Because you realize that most of the people now that they are in their workplaces, they have this kind of, I don't know how to say it, this kind of mentality, this kind of idea, this kind of skill, this kind of knowledge. Yeah, they may not be technologically inclined, but they have this, I don't know how it gets me, they have
They are
this
learned.
they have this prowess in,
Yes.
no, I don't know how
Knowledge.
to put it. Yes,
Knowledge.
yes, to the point I think with that, if I really don't know how to structure this well, so I think maybe someone else can take it up. I'll come in later.
So like the point you said, I was a bit confused. So is it like saying that they care or they don't care?
Oh.
It's like they care.
Yeah, I
but-
wanted to say something. I wanted to say something. You see, they
let
care.
me answer her
Okay,
before you
alright.
come in. I'm trying to say that they care. But you see, when emotions set in, sometimes the end result is not as expected to be right. That's when emotions set in. And as a result of their emotions, they try to use their emotions as care. Yeah, like when you care about someone, you're emotional towards the person. But I don't think when progress is about to be made, that those things must be considered as care. I don't think it must be considered.
Okay, yeah, so I wanted to say something about they caring and all that. You understand? As I was saying that you pay your school fees, a lifetime investment, expenditure and all. But then one thing that as you said in the things that you've spoken about, that they should understand is that we are in a different generation. You see, we are in a different generation, and things that didn't work during their time are now working. You see, and then the younger generation right now, we have technology. You understand? Technology has advanced and all that. So when it comes to this destiny topics like destiny, what the younger generation is passionate about. You see a parent forcing the child to pursue a course. You see that the child's heart is not in. You understand? So in such a case, it's not like the parents does not care. You see, the parents care so, but then to the child is not care. But from the parents' perspective, it's care.
Exactly.
You see, and so the older generation should understand that. They should understand that times have changed, and then what they are asking us to pursue, our passion or our drive might not be there. You understand? Yeah. So that is what they should understand. Yeah. So when it comes to the older generation, if does the older generation care or they don't care, with respect to this is something that the older generation needs to understand. Yeah. That that you were not able to become a doctor doesn't mean that force your child to pursue a doctorate degree.
Yeah, I'm thinking in the same line too. With this whole thing about care, one thing we care from my thinking is that if we care about somebody, it shouldn't just come from your direction. So if I say I care about EL, it shouldn't just come from my direction. I should care about her to consider that, okay, so this is what EL wants. This is my experience. So if I'm pushing this to EL, at the end of the day, will it make her happy or sad? Yeah, at the end of the day, what will be the final result? Okay, so like what he was saying, the parents are expressing their care, but what they are not understanding is that times have changed, and now the feelings and their passions and desires of their children are also involved.
Some parents will not understand.
Let me ask a question. An older lecturer and a younger lecturer, which do you prefer?
I prefer an older lecturer.
An older lecturer and a younger lecturer. Which one would I prefer? Yeah. I would prefer a younger lecturer.
Do you prefer an older lecturer?
Do you know why?
Why?
Okay, so me with the older lecturer, you see, now the current generation in relation to academia, they have made it such that it's a chew and pour system. I'm not saying the lecture is a chew and pour, but from experience being in the classroom, I realized that the older lecturer.
Let me rephrase that. Not necessarily in the way in the way they teach per se, but like in the decisions they take about maybe the course they are teaching. Look at like maybe the kind of assignments they give you, the times they give you the assignment, consideration for maybe the fact that you are doing other things apart from academic.
Do
you prefer an older lecturer or a younger lecturer?
I'm coming.
The lecturers are using like a standard way. They are using syllables, so definitely a young lecturer and an older lecturer would follow the syllabus.
Yes, they will follow the syllabus.
FrieNdZoNe, Ellen Spice with a friend zone. We go hard in the friend zone, talk a lot in the friend zone.
Rosalie asked a question that between an older lecturer and a younger lecturer, I said I prefer a younger lecturer. Why do I say so? I say this because you see, with a younger lecturer, you can relate. You understand his means of teaching and all that, the language that he even uses to teach. You understand? You can relate. You can relate with his means of teaching. But then with the older generation, you see that you cannot relate. You understand? So that's why I would choose.
I think for the younger lecturer, the person will come in with technological means to make work effective and all that.
Yes.
But I go in for the older lecturer because of his experience and because of his maturity. I'm not saying the younger lecturer is not matured in his thinking, but I've been at both lectures where I actually prefer the older lecturer because the person has this experience in relation to academia, experience in relation to other fields, that the person is able to blend all these things to advise students like what to go in for. We have some of the lecturers that will only come and tell you learn because we learn. We have some of them who also say that aside the education, go in for prayers, go in for this skill that you want to learn. There are some old lecturers who do that. There are also some new lecturers who go that. But I would prefer an old lecturer because of the experience.
It's very true. Something just came on mind, which is very, very in line with what.
And like weighing these two sides from younger lecturers and me, I would really go in with because most of them too some of them are lazy.
And exactly. Some of them are lazy. Now the reason why a lot of young people go for the younger lecturers is because they make work easy, sort of. The older lecturer
Isn't where
would
it's supposed to be easy.
exactly, but they tend to make you lazy, and they don't bring out quality in the students. Where the older lecturer will make you go his hard way he has learned all his life. So he'll make you read, make you understand, make you like read, like go deep into what you are studying. He'll not give you the modernized way. A younger lecturer can come and tell you, okay, I did something related to programming and no. So a younger lecturer will come and tell you, oh, do this code, run it this way, do this. But then the older lecturer will come and start teaching you from the beginning.
I think that's
before
where
there were
technological advancements.
Exactly, yes. But at least you should know how things evolve. So that when you are doing something, you know how it was done wrongly and why this time around it has been updated.
We don't want to spend all our time in school. And the younger lecturer is giving you the way when you get out into the world today, you would do.
No, he's not giving you that.
So he makes you giving you what you know.
You.
So the older lecturer will give you the theory,
like in depth what you do now.
But we are in a new generation where you can easily learn what can be done now.
My
so
point.
Learn both of them and you become more quality than
so
what they mean.
He's giving you from A to Z. So now you know that I have A to Z. Now looking at my level, looking at the generation I find myself in, how can I adapt to make the A to Z easier than what it's doing? But then the younger lecturer comes to just give you the Z, the end product. Do you get that? You see, there's a balance to this, so everyone has an opinion. And I just want to go drift away from this lecturer point of view. I want to talk of the older generation in the sense of females cannot be substantial people at the workplaces, females cannot be politicians, like females cannot be MPs, females. Gone are the times where females were just known for the kitchen. When you want to study further, they are like Obans, especially the African system and all that. But then now the younger generation now has made things flexible and things non-biased, such that they are giving everyone the opportunity to go to school to become a better person, go to school, build up your skills. So I think now there has been more females in these high places, and a company that I know, it's even women that head such places, and we have seen the potential these women carry, and it has been an encouragement to the ladies of these times. Yeah,
but I think with that, even the older generation is adapting to the knowledge that females can take bigger positions, because I don't think it's just something. I think that's a particular case where like the older generation is really doing well in the sense that they've really like taken up that they've adapted to that thought, and they are not, except like those who are very hard on their, I don't know how to say, like they are stuck in their old ways. Good, they are the ones that are not moving with, because right now the older generation have like actually they are trying. Some of them are really trying to move with the younger generation. And the truth is, times then were quite different, and their systems, values, culture, like things were quite different from what we have now. So what can we learn from the older generation? Like what are some of the things that like should be told? If we do it the way the older generation used to do it, would have been better for us now than what we are doing now.
So one of the things that I would really talk about in relation to, let's say, marriage is that the older generation, they were trained in character, domestics. That's now the younger generation, most people are lacking. You find most young people who do not care about character, who do not care about domestics. Most of them care about their appearance. Yeah, he loves me, so breakfast in bed, this and this and that. But you will not find, let's go back to these parents. You will not find them that this. I know of some women who are like men in their marriages. Not that they are controlling the men, but the kind of capacity they have to even handle the marriage is not something that when I look into this generation, a lot of ladies have. And I think that's something that we can, as a young generation, we can go back to, learn from them as ladies, as men. Let us like learn this character. Let us learn to work on our character. Because even with this, it will affect your work at the workplace. But you go to the workplace, you realize that someone is 40 years, 45, 60, 65, because they're still at the workplace. And it's not because they are greedy, but they don't want to retire for someone to come. But they can't get a replacement of them. In the sense that they may not be technologically inclined like maybe the younger generation, but considering their character that is needed for the work, their diligence, their endurance, their firmness, their perseverance, you will not get most people in this younger generation. That's something that I really love about older generation. Now, strongly recommend.
Something I would like to add is hard work. I really see the older generation to be very hardworking group of people, and we, the younger generation, we claim
Do you
that
mean in terms of physical work or like mental
physical work and mental ability? For their time, they were limited because they didn't have much knowledge. They were not exposed to a lot of things. But yes, yes, like there was no technology and a lot of different ways of doing things.
That doesn't mean they didn't have much knowledge.
Oh, I think they didn't have much knowledge because, like, right now times have evolved and there are lots of different ways of doing things. And right now in this new generation, there's this, because we are like, there's a lot of different ways of doing things. People are not really hardworking. Like, somebody is supposed to think of something, the person picks up the phone and checks it on Google. Google gives the answer or something like
That's
that.
hardworking.
I'm not saying I'm not
That's
saying
smart.
it's wrong. I'm
That's
not saying
smart. I think the
Hard.
generation we work smart, not necessarily hard.
But sometimes I think
What's
you
your
need hard
definition
work.
of hard?
The problem with the old generation is that they had a lot of hard work, but they were not smart. They didn't have a lot of knowledge. But we have the knowledge. But that strength, that ability, we have to blend both to do better than they did. Because very soon the new generation will come. And what are we passing on to them?
If that's the case, then what can we do to bridge that gap? Because it's like we're talking about the old generation, like it's a long line to the new generation. Like, what are some of the things that we can do to
so,
bring us a little bit closer?
in my opinion, and one thing I'll say is that the old generation, especially in relation to humans, like the hard truth is that some of them may be selfish in how in their judgments or in their decisions, in the sense that they may impose certain things that were done during their time that now it may not favor you, but it may favor them because it may bring glory to them if you do it. Yes. And so I think the older generation should understand that times have changed and things revolve. So as things are revolving, they should also update themselves. And I think that with the younger generation, to as we are updating ourselves in these things, let's not forget these virtues, this knowledge, these things. It's like a sound offer. Let's not forget the good things, the good old days, those things that we can learn from our parents. They can sit you down, lecturers can sit you down, your bosses at your workplace can sit you down, big people, like grown-up people can sit you down and talk to you, listen to them. Take what you know that would help you in this generation, how you can go about it. What it can help you, just don't take it. It's simple. Don't say that, oh, these old people, they are not just going to make sense. Sit down, listen. You may learn a one or two or three things that will help you. So I think that one thing that can one or two things. Thank you. So I think that what we can do is, as we are updating us, we should go back to some of the things that we can take, and the older generation today should also update themselves in this.
I think another thing we can do is understanding that the younger generation doesn't like to understand the older generation. We are, you see, it's because of technology. Like, we are used to things being done quickly. We are used to things moving at a certain pace. So it's like when the older generation is not catching up. Like, we get, let me say, angry. Like you get impatient and you try to like move faster than them because you feel like no matter what you do, they'll still not get what you're saying or they'll not catch up. So that's one thing I think we should.
Something too, I think that both of your points are important. It's like it's communication. Yes, and communication involves listening. You talk, I talk. So I think that's something that is lacking. The older generation, they feel they have their experience and they've gone through their times. They are not ready to understand how times have evolved. And then the older generation to the new generation, we feel like times have evolved. This is the life we are living. This is what we are facing now, and we are not ready to understand how it was done back then. So it boils down to back to what you guys were saying.
Statement.
We'll beat you right
Today is
a so in relation to the bridging the gap, taking it from it starts with the statement. Taking it from like laws and all that, like education systems that we operate. I think as time goes on, they are doing great. They are updating the system, so they should keep updating, and they should not lose that element that can help as they are updating.
Friend zone, Ellen Spice with a friend zone. We go hard in the friend zone, talk a lot in the friend zone.
Welcome back from the break.
So
we are zoning into a game time.
Straight.
We're going to be playing tongue twisters. So please do your voice training. Like shake your mouth. I don't know what you do, but make sure that the words come out.
I'm excited about this game.
What's it about?
I'm already
So I'm going to take one. When we open it, I'll pass it. Everyone, you will say it fast 5 times.
Wow.
If you know you can't, just surrender.
I'm in.
So the first one. Oh, the first one is. Let me read the. How can a clam crumb in a clean cream? Wow!
I'm not the first.
Wow.
You can do this 5 times.
Wow.
Okay, we move.
Wow.
We go.
Please be audible so that we can laugh.
Okay. How can a clam cram in a clean cream can? How can a clam cram in a clean cream can? How can a clam cram in a clean cream can? How can a clam cram in a clean cream can? How can a clam cram in a clean cream can?
Oh,
Done.
She did it!
It wasn't that fast. Let me show you something.
Okay, show us.
I'm telling you.
Okay, I'm into it.
What I count this?
Talk now, yeah.
How can a clam cram in a clean cream can? How can a clam cram in a clean cream can?
Faster.
How can a clam cram in a clean cream can? How can a clam cram in a clean cream can? How can a clam cram in a clean cream can? How can a clam cram in a clean cream can?
Give it up for me.
For the mistakes.
How can a clam crab in a clean cream can? How can a clam crab?
He said cow.
How can a clam crab in a clean cream can?
It's not cow. It's cow.
It's okay, you
lost.
Because you are not saying it fast. Now say the thing fast.
We're in the same space.
Say it fast. Can
Can I give up already?
No. What Chinese you are doing it?
I'm never going to
Nigerian people.
Okay.
How can a clam cram in a clean cream?
You are out. You are out. You are out. Then let's get.
We move. The next one is how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
I'll start.
Start like this. Okay.
No, I'll start. So let me say the
No,
sentence.
please don't say it.
Move.
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck in a woodchuck woodchuck? Say it the same pace I did.
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
The yellow is a guru.
No, you've rehearsed it already. That's why.
No,
You've done it one way or the other. That's how you
this one is
do the thing fast like this. Because it's something new to me.
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck? This is serious. I can't.
You've done it before. One way or the other.
Going on. It's called slow motion.
One fast forward.
That's one way or the other. That's why.
Okay. How much wood would a wood chuck chuck? It's not wood chuck.
Oh, give me another chance.
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck?
Say the thing fast.
Welcome back from the break. I know you enjoyed the game as much as we did. And we'll be concluding on today's topic, which is, do the older generation really care and consider the younger generations when taking actions? Who would like to share the final recap on the topic before we move on?
I think Priska will.
Okay, so to directly answer the question, I would say that the older generation care and are concerned about the younger generation when they take actions. But there's a side to it. In as much as they care from their experience and their angle. I feel like a balance should come in where they should listen to the younger generation. I mean, I personally believe in communication, so I feel like that's how we'll make progress and bridge the gap and then move forward.
A little add up to what she said. We also spoke about the older generation being hardworking and the younger generation being smart. So I think we can bridge the gap between these two, where we work hard but in a smart way.
Yeah.
So work hard, smart.
Yes. And that will produce like amazing results.
And I want to add that the fact that someone cares for you doesn't mean that every decision they take is for your benefit. They might care for you but end up taking a decision that like does not really benefit you. So that's something that maybe the older generation is doing. That's what makes us think that they don't care, because maybe some of their decisions do not directly benefit us. I think that's it for okay.
Your
So,
conclusion.
do you have anything to say?
So I also say that the younger generation needs to also be forceful. Yeah, when the older generation are taking decisions for them, they should learn to prove that they actually know what they are about. Yeah, and that they are matured as they say they are. Yeah, so that's something I would say to conclude this topic. Yeah.
Nice. So before we end today's session, we'll take the tip of the day from EL.
Yeah, thank you, Rosa. So our tip for today. Yeah. So there's this quote from one wise man who goes by the name Amazing in Masbani, and this is the quote, and that's going to be our tip for the day or for the week. So he said that when you are born, you look like your parents, but when you die, you look like your decisions.
Wow.
Think about it.
Decisions matter.
And as we did in the previous episode, we are going to pick a topic for our next episode so that we can keep
Today our pick.
No, you did. So she's speaking.
I thought I'm the one supposed to.
No.
All right. Okay. So,
It's so suspicious. Why?
this one is going to be very interesting.
Wow.
Okay, so weird things people do after breakup.
Wow.
weird things people do after breakup.
We will learn our lecture notes.
Next
That's
week.
a
Wow.
Come with
Let's
the
spill the tea.
personal experiences from your
Yeah,
breakup.
Oh, we also have breakup.
we cannot
Breakups and breakdowns.
and break sides.
Anyway, as we build our anticipation for the next episode, let's not forget to follow us on the social media handles, which will be put right below.
Yay.
Like the video, comment down below. Like, we want to know your thoughts, or we don't know what you're thinking, obviously, if you don't tell us what you're thinking. So comment down below your thoughts. Share the video to your loved ones and friends.
Also join us in the tongue twisting. It's not only us.
Yeah.
For do some. I wish there was even maybe an audio. But
No.
Anyway, see you next week.
Bye.
Friend zone, Ellen Spice with a friend zone. We go hard in the friend zone. Talk a lot in the friend zone.